Welcome to another edition of A New Me, your weekly consultation with the Washington, D.C. area's best doctors and professionals. Our guest experts help you learn about the latest medical advances and procedures by providing you with the real information necessary to help you eliminate the dangers of making the wrong medical and cosmetic enhancement decisions. Get ready for your consultation. Coming up, we will be on location at Highlands Dental Care in Clarksburg, Maryland, discussing the benefits of pediatric dentistry and how important it is for our children to see a pediatric dentist beginning at a young age, with one of this area's top pediatric dentists, Dr. James Tong. Dr. Tong received his specialty pediatric training from the University of Maryland Dental School. He is also on the teaching faculty of the University of Maryland Dental School and is recognized as one of this area's top dentists. Welcome, Dr. Tong.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's our pleasure to have you. We've got a lot to talk about regarding a very important topic, namely the importance of pediatric dentistry, not to mention the many benefits of pediatric dentistry. So I wanted to begin, if I may, Doctor, by asking you, for the viewers out there and for all of us, if you can begin by telling us, why is pediatric dentistry so important?
Yeah, the pediatric dentist is one of the specialists in the dentistry there. They get 2 to 3 years specialty trainings in the schools, and after the 4 years dental school trainings there. Especially, we will see that pediatric patients, it's not just the small size of the adults there. They have their special physiological and psychological characters there. So we, with the 2 or 3 years trainings, they will specialize, maybe get to know how can we treat all that pediatric dentists, get all the benefits and get the treatments for the patients there.
Yes, and the importance as far as to the people, the parents and their kids, what would you say regarding that? Certainly what you just touched on as far as the years of training and the specialization that's required to become a pediatric dentist is very different than a regular dentist. That's why it's important that we send our kids to a pediatric dentist, no doubt about that. But I wanted to ask you, for the viewers out there that are watching who have little kids, why is it important for them to have their kids go to a pediatric dentist?
Yeah, I would think maybe a very important thing is to give the kids a very good start. A lot of kids, they are very scared about the dentistry or any other doctors there. If you can get started and get a good relationships and get a good benefits, and they're going to be loved for the oral hygiene and take that benefits for their rest of their life. They can keep oral hygiene and get a good teeth and good smiles for that.
No, that's a very important point, Dr. Tong. You're right. It's really, in addition to making sure everything is okay with our children, it's very, very important, meaning going to a pediatric dentist for our life. It's preventive. By going every 6 months, I would think, or on a regular basis at least, to a pediatric dentist as a child, we will eliminate a lot of potential problems that could come later in our life if we didn't go to a pediatric dentist as a child, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Maybe we want to be stressed for all that preventive dentistry there. All the preventive programs there started very young, and actually you didn't mention about that. Or when we're going to start the patients, we recommend it for started patients and 1 year old, and as
at that young age?
Oh, yeah.
Really? So we should start at 1, you're saying, you're recommending?
Yeah, that's actually, it's not me, it's American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry. They recommend it for this at the year 1 and to get started to get a dentistry there. Is that young, we can get started early, and then we can educate parents and also started to get familiar with the dental environment. They can get a very good hygiene and instructions and also experience. And then later on, they can get a bit benefits for that. They get habits about the oral hygiene. Then for the whole life, they can get a good smile on that.
Yes, indeed, and the fear factor is definitely there. I know a lot of kids, heck, a lot of grown-ups get nervous or afraid of going to a dentist. So we know a lot of kids have that fear as well. And the best way to overcome that fear is what, doctor?
Yeah, that's correct. A lot of kids, they get their fears from actually it's from their siblings, the peers, and or even the parents. They are anxious about that, or their bad experience from the previous ones there. So the pediatric dentists know the children's the physiological, psychological things there. Maybe they can get to know them and to address that the questions and show them very patiently what we're going to have, and also tell them, show them, and actually gradually maybe get into that dentistry there. And we can take away for all that anxieties. Most of them, it's just fears for that. Yeah, they just maybe imaginations. Yeah.
Not to mention the beautiful office that you have here that I wish was available when I was a kid going to a dentist. My God, it's so kid-friendly.
Yeah, that's true. We tried everything to try to get everything for the kids friendly. And besides the doctors, for me, maybe get a year's training about how can we treat the kids in the child's level and get it away from the fearness. And also all my staffs get all the trainings, how to treat the kids, how to accommodate them, how to let them to calm down. And also you can see all this office designed especially for the kids, and everything, its environment, it's very kids friendly.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And now I know we touched on this a little bit earlier in the interview, Dr. Tong, but for the viewers out there, for the mom or the dad that are watching and have a young child at home or children at home, what would you say to them as far as why it's important to go to a pediatric dentist as opposed to a regular general dentist?
Yeah, as I said before, the pediatric dentist is very approaching in their kids' level. And they can take away the anxieties and get a very good habits and get a like to go to the dentist there. And all the oral hygiene's preventive programs get to them and can last them for their lifelong times. They are going to be benefit for them, and they're going to be the whole lifetime are going to be healthy oral dental oral health.
Yes, not to mention the specialty training that you have to have to become a pediatric dentist, as opposed to a general dentist that doesn't have those years of specialty training and or experience that someone like yourself certainly has, having been in practice over 20 years as you are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Now, how often would you recommend that a child goes to a pediatric dentist?
Usually, as a rule, we're going to be recommended every 6 months to check up for that, and not only maybe to check about the oral hygiene, and also we're going to be check about all the diet, and also for the fluoride treatment, preventive things there. If we find anything problems that we can address early, so it's not getting big problems there.
Now, what would you say is the importance of something I'm familiar with, primary dentations?
Yeah, that's correct. Primary dentation is very important. That's another thing is we see, unfortunately, a lot of kids has a very big rampant, all the teeth is getting decay. It's not, doesn't mean the parents don't care about them, they care about them, but they think the primary dentation is not important. They just thought maybe they're going to fall away, so why we need to bother to treat them. But actually, it's a very important thing for the child, the thing. Primary dentation, they have a very important roles for that. They have many functions for that. First, they're going to be chewing the food, they get the nutrition, they get the development and the growth there. The second, you can see that the chewing, that function there, it can help the normal growth of the jaws and the head and the face there. And of course, the teeth, it can help them to get a normal speech. Right? They can talk very clearly and then learn the language doing there. Of course, the good smile and good teeth can give them confidence. They can smile with confidence there, and well-being there. They can social life is very important. Another thing, you can see another very important thing is primary dentation. So they can acting like maybe guiding roles for the underneath succedians, the permanent dentations. Come in, guide them through in the right spot there. So that's so many important roles there. If the primary dentition get ruined or maybe get decayed, then definitely going to harm the patients in the future, the permanent dentations.
Yes, indeed. No, definitely very important based on what you just told us, and many benefits to be gained from pediatric dentistry for the kids out there too.
Yeah.
Now, you in your practice Highlands Dental Care. I understand you're in 2 locations. You're here in Clarksburg, Maryland, which is right near Germantown, and you're also in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Yeah.
And I know you've been in practice many years. In fact, you have over 20 years of experience yourself. And I wanted to ask you, Doctor, because you built a very strong reputation in this region as being one of this area's top dentists. What would you say helps separate you and your practice apart from so many of the others?
Yeah, I would think maybe mainly we just to care about the patients, the first things there. And another thing is we have to get a good relations with the patients. We stress the very important. We have a very good team, and all the staffs, the front desk is very friendly and very care about the patients. And we get preventive programs stress for that, and we trying to get the benefits for the communities and for these areas there. And I think that's a very important thing for us.
Yes, it is. In fact, your staff, I mean, I've been here a couple of times discussing things with you and your wonderful wife, Lily, who is here with you as well at Highlands Dental Care, and your whole staff. I've seen the interactions between you all and some patients here in the, when I was here in the past, and I must say, Dr. Tong, you all really care about your patients. You go the extra mile. Our research has shown that as well about you and your practice. And your staff really, I mean, you treat everyone like family here.
That's correct.
And I think that's very important because after all, you're treating families.
That's true.
So when you all not only treat families as patients, you actually are like one large happy family here. And I really mean that. It's very impressive.
One of the things that I think is very important to set us doing well in this area, it's we are stressed for continual education. We need maybe continue to educate us to serve the patients. So we continue to do the educations every year. And for myself, so every year I continue get over 100 hours to continue education, as well as my staff's many hours to go out and get a continued education so we can serve the patients better and get a better treatment. Another thing is we are very stressful. It's a high tech there. Right now, the dentistry just advances very fast. We do everything we can to catch up all the high techs and serve the patients. So we use early detections, caries detections. We use the digital X-rays. Everything is digital for the patients. Very good. Another thing is we pick up for the laser. It's the most advanced things than for soft tissue and some hard tissues also. And very important things for the pediatric dentists, we do have conscious oral sedations plus the nitrous. It can very comfortable level for the kids who scared about the dentistry. Get all the dentistry done in the inside in the office, and they are relaxed and they don't scare about that, and they don't memorize all the bad experience there. It's wonderful for the patient.
I wanted to add one more thing that I found about you as an individual. Outside of being a wonderful dentist that cares for his patients, you really care about your community. You give a lot back. You and Lily give a lot back to this area. You help a lot of folks out there who need work, and in many ways you help them. And not to mention, on another personal level, beyond being very community oriented, you also are a very, very talented photographer. In fact, I've seen some of your pictures. Lily showed me. And I must say, it looks like something out of National Geographic level of quality. Really some great dynamic pictures of your vacations and travels, and it really shows to the detail that you go to capture the right picture, which can only represent how you are as a dentist as well.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thanks for the honoring things there. We do maybe care about the communities there, and we try to do everything to help all the kids around this area. We have actually many programs there and to help the kids maybe to do the things to get the preventive things, to get oral health. Besides, of course, the busy works there, I trying to get more balanced life there by chance the photography is my hobbies there, and we can try to get the big pictures, and I can enjoy and show the patients also.
Yes, indeed. Good oral health and beginning as a child by going to a qualified, experienced pediatric dentist is so important to good overall health as we grow up in life. And on that note, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Tong, for joining us and being a guest on our program. It was our pleasure, and we'd love to have you back on in the future because I understand your practice also has other specialties beyond pediatric dentistry. Maybe next time we could talk about some of those.
Yeah, that's my pleasure also.
Thank you.
Thank you.